Hey there, Izzy. You wanted something to talk about, so I've got some stuff that's happened, fortunately, in the past couple days that would really give us something, I think. Today, Bradley Manning was found, or rather, yesterday. I'm filming this today. It's Tuesday, not Wednesday. But anyways, Bradley Manning was found not guilty of aiding the enemy. Now, I'm not sure if you know who Bradley Manning is. He was one of the really big information leakers in the past few years. He's spent the last 3 years in prison waiting for a trial, and finally got one. He gave some information to WikiLeaks, especially pertaining to one video that has now become known as collateral murder, where the U.S. soldiers it was a helicopter cam, where U.S. soldiers were killing innocent civilians in Iraq. And that's not good. And the U.S. did not take kindly to this, and threw Bradley Manning in prison as soon as they could figure out who did it. Bradley Manning was found guilty of several other charges, which he had pled guilty to, including theft and espionage. But the one he pled not guilty to was the important one, the big one, the one that could lock him away forever, or even give him death if the prosecutors wanted to seek the death penalty, and that was the aiding the enemy, because that's bad. Treason's big. But he was found not guilty of this, amazingly, despite the prosecution's best efforts, which is fantastic. Because all he was really doing was showing transparency, and I think government transparency is a really important thing. The Freedom of Information Act was an act put out several years ago. I don't know the exact year or anything right now, but basically it says that we have the right to know everything that our government knows about us. And there's some weird, vague parts of it where they can deny your requests for this information, as they have been doing recently after this big Snowden scandal, showing that the NSA has been spying on us, which we've talked about that. But I think that things like WikiLeaks and other transparency sites and things in general are really important. We deserve to know what's going on in the world. Even if we don't care, we have the right to know. There's this quote by Marilyn Manson, of all people to be quoting, but he said that the world is not becoming more violent. It's merely becoming more televised. And I think that's really true on a lot of points there. Well, really just the one point that it brings up. We know so much more now, and we're able to know so much more now. And that's why we see the world is becoming more violent, because we're seeing these things that have always been going on. But what bothers me is when people try to hide it again. We have the ability to know, and I think that in turn, we also have the right to know. I'm running out of time, so I'm going to leave it here. I will see you on Friday, Izzy. Later days.